G'day everyone, today I'm going yabbying with a new bait. I don't know whether it's going to work or not. This is a yabby experiment. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. This is fish magnet, pilchard log. Bring the fish to you. This is a burley log. I bought it at Anaconda recently. I was at Anaconda in Albury. I was actually with my wife Loretta. She wanted to go in and look for a new shirt or something, and I thought I'll have a browse, and I saw this. Now, a burley log is something, or burley is something that you put in the water to make a nice long, strong smell and bring the fish in. Quite often you can buy things called burley cages. You put the burley into the burley cage, and then if you're in the salt water, it'll move with the tide, or if you're in the fresh water, it'll move with the current, and it'll spread that smell out and draw the fish in, and then you fish in the burley trail. That's called the burley trail. But on this occasion, I'm going to be putting this into two of those collapsible bait traps and seeing if I can catch yabbies using this as bait. I don't know whether or not this will break down or whether it will stay solid or what it will do. This is a purely an experiment. I'm going to cut, assuming I can cut it, just because it looks like a chocolate cake, it doesn't actually mean it will cut like one. Assuming I can cut it, I'm going to cut it into bits, put one piece in each yabby net, throw the yabby net in a dam that I've caught a lot of yabbies in lately, and to see if it works. Now this is the dam where I used my American crawfish nets recently, and the reason I'm coming back to this dam is because I know that there are a lot of yabbies in this dam. If I go to a dam where I'm unsure whether it's going to be any good and I don't catch any yabbies, I'm going to be none the wiser. I'll be thinking, was it the dam that's no good, or is it the bait? But because I know this is a good dam, I can blame the bait if I catch nothing. Anyway, let's see if I can cut this and get it into the yabby nets. These are my two collapsible bait traps. I always store the float wrapped up inside the net. Right, the bait's going to go in these pouches, if I can cut it. Right, can we cut the burley log? Ooh, smells strong. Well, it's a bit crumbly. I'll put that in there, and this a little bit more in. Right, I'll put that in there, and this one can go in there. I'll break it in half. It's quite delicate. Right, now we'll make our way to the dam. We're not actually at the dam. It's really windy here, but it's going to be even windier down at the dam. We're in amongst the timber here to try and get out of this relentless southerly wind. But anyway, let's go down to the dam and put the nets in. Right, well, I've made my way to the dam and I'm having issues with the wind. Look, it's just blowing my float around. I can't even put my foot on my float because it's so windy. Right, good luck throwing the net in the wind. I'll wet it to make it a bit heavier. Alright, net number one. If I can get it in, I'll try one more time. It's untwisted a bit. If I can't untwist it because of the wind. I'm trying to go one way and the wind's trying to blow it the other way. Ugh. Well, that'll have to do. Alright, net number one is in. At last. Right, net number two. Quick, get it in now while the wind's dropped off a little bit. Net number two. And I like it to be parallel to the bank. I don't know why, I just do. That'll probably do. I reckon that'll do. Right, both nets are in. Now both nets are in. I'll give them about an hour and then I'll come and check them, and then I'll leave them in for the rest of the day, maybe even overnight. I'll see how I go. If I check them after an hour and the burley's all broken up and dissipated, I can put more in. I honestly don't know whether it's going to hold shape or whether it's going to break apart. But anyway, for now, let's just leave them for an hour and then come and check them. been a bit over half an hour. I was going to give them about an hour, but I'm not patient. Right, two things to check here. Have I caught any yabbies, and is the burley still in the net or is it broken up? Well, I haven't caught any yabbies, but the bait's still intact. That's a good sign. Right. Net number 2, I'm not going to lie, while the camera was off, I just had a little meltdown. The bloody wind, it just won't let up. I've been waiting for a calm day to come out and film this, but every single day's just been windy. Anyway, net number 2, I've got a yabby. I have caught a yabby. It's not a very big one, but it's a sign. And the bait is still there, so things are looking good. Right, mate, I'll put you back underwater before you get a chance to get frustrated with the wind. If you stay out here too long, you'll go crook at it. Like a sook, like I am. Right, well, that's encouraging. That wind's not encouraging. That will do. Right, well, the 1 hour impatient check is quite good. It's quite encouraging. I caught one. Bear in mind, it takes a lot longer for yabbies to get into these bait traps than it does the other nets that I was using last time I was out here, the square crawfish net. So the fact that I've already caught one is very encouraging. I think the burley's going to work. But anyway, we're going to go away for a few hours now, and I'll come back later on this evening, and if I don't get a chance, I'll leave them in all night and come back tomorrow morning. Hopefully whenever I come back it's not as windy. Well folks, I didn't get back out here before dark, but I decided not to leave the nets in overnight. I've come back, it's about probably 8 o'clock at night. I've got my friend Praddy with me. I brought him over because he's the tallest person I know, and I've got to get my flannelette shirt out of the tree. You might remember earlier I was having a bit of a tantrum about the wind. Well, it got the better of me. I snapped and I threw my flannelette shirt in the tree. And any 3-year-old would be very, very impressed with that tantrum. So you reckon you can reach it, Praddy? Holly wasn't much help. She was killing herself laughing at me. Right, let's go and check these nets.
That's why you brought me out.
Right, I've got my big Olight and Marauder. Now, if we've got enough yabbies and they're big enough, Praddy's going to take a few home for a feed. If you don't get enough, we'll throw them back and come out when it's a little bit warmer. I won't put any water in the bucket, Praddy, and thankfully the wind has died off significantly. Right, does the burley log work for yabby bait? Well, there's some. I'm going to be honest, I'm a bit disappointed. There's a few in there, but they're not very big. I'll put them in here and we'll just see what we got. Well, that's a nice eater. It's that one's a bit small. I'm going to throw them in here for now just to see what we get, and then I'll if we don't, unless there's a heap in the other net, I don't think we'll be getting a feed tonight.
One in there still.
There's one in there still, is there? Oh yeah. Right, so I've got 4 in the first net, which is probably a bit disappointing. I thought I'd have more than that. That's what I'm going to have a look at. Is there anything actually left of the burley? Because it could have all broken down. There's still a little bit of burley in there, and it still smells very strong.
What's it taste like?
Not quite sure on the taste. Anyway, let's go check the other net. Well, Praddy, if you want to feed a yabbies, we're going to need there to be at least a... nearly slid in. At least a dozen or so big ones in here. Oh, look, I can hear a lot. Oh, look at them all in there. It must be a hole in the other net. Look at them all. There's heaps in there. Ha! Maybe there's a hole in the other net. I'll have to check. This net certainly was very successful. Right, let's have a head count. Not a lot of big ones, I don't reckon. Right, ready? So there's 44 in there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 24, 26. There's 27 in there. That's there's only in that. Right, so 27 in that net. Shine the torch in there. Look at all them. Wow. So to get all up, 27, 20, is it 27?
Yeah, you said 27.
So 23 in one net and 4 in the other. You see that? That's my smear. That's where I slid and nearly fell in the drink. Anyhow, Paddy and I are going to go and have a meeting and decide whether he wants to keep some of these or all of these, or we'll see what he wants, and then I'll bring you back. Right, so Paddy's decided we're going to put these back. There's enough yabbies, and in a lot of dams they're probably good, but in here they're a little bit, just not enough big ones. So, there they go. That one's got eggs, yeah, in the middle. Just for the record, we would have checked them for eggs. If Paddy had wanted some for a feed, I reckon probably out of the 27, we probably would have kept a dozen or so. These ones have got hold of each other. I don't know what happened there. 4 in one net, 23 in the other net. I've checked this net to see if there's any holes, and there's not. Paddy said that maybe this is just a better end of the dam, and on this occasion I think he might be right. Folks, the old burley log, I think it's been very successful. If I was expecting that many in both nets, and when I checked the first net I thought maybe it's not that good, but then I saw them all in this net and it certainly worked. I think the burley log's only $5 or $10 or something at Anaconda. That's certainly a very good bait option for your next yabbying adventure. Thank you all very much for watching.